Thorne. This is your forecast first.
Good evening. Nice sunset going on over Meadville as the clouds increase for your Sunday night. Right now, though, a nice temperature of 59 at the lake shore. Reporting some sunshine, but those clouds are increasing. Winds of the west-southwest right now at 5 miles per hour. And just off to the north, you can see some scattered rain showers coming down. They'll eventually get across Lake Erie, and we'll get some rain chances here later on tonight and into your Monday morning. Temperatures lows in the upper 40s lakeshore. We'll break that down and look at the rest of the 7 days in 10 minutes. Jet 24 Action News starts right now.
From your news leader.
Several people are injured after a fight breaks out at Rainbow Gardens. We'll bring you the latest.
Following that incident, more gunfire breaks out on Erie's east and west sides. Dozens of shell casings found at the scenes. And a motorcycle accident happening in downtown Erie leaves one man dead.
Live in high definition from your news leader. This is Jet 24 Action News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Caroline Collins. David Belmondo has the night off. Several people are injured, one person suffering critical injuries after a fight breaks out at Rainbow Gardens at Waldemere. It's our top story tonight at 6. Jacqueline Seymour is joining us in the control room with the latest. Jacqueline.
Caroline, Mill Creek Police Department is still sorting out the details after a large fight breaks out at Rainbow Gardens. Witnesses saying people were hit with broken bottles and police even finding shell casings.
Just after midnight Sunday, Mill Creek Police were called to Rainbow Gardens for reports of a disturbance involving possible shots fired. There, what's being called a private birthday party gone wrong. Police saying no victims were there when they arrived. However, multiple victims sought treatment later. One suffered critical injuries, but they are not believed to be life-threatening.
We have certain people that have gone to the hospital, both UPMC and St. Vincent's. Those injuries have been documented, and officers went down and tried to speak to these subjects and document their injuries, but there could be others that we don't know about at this time.
Witnesses tell us there was upward of 1,000 people in attendance. The DJ of the party says when the fight broke out, he saw people smashing bottles and using those to fight other people.
Like, it was mostly like music was playing, everyone was dancing, everyone was dressed up, having a good time. There was a couple guys you kind of, they could look, I guess they were like, out of character because everyone was pretty much dressed nice. Like, it was kind of like pretty much a formal event. They started, unfortunately, they started fighting. And
Mill Creek Police say the fight broke out in Rainbow Gardens but then spilled out here into the parking lot.
Police say multiple shell casings were recovered outside of Rainbow Gardens, but are not releasing how many. However, it has not been determined if any of the victims' injuries are the result of a gunshot wound.
At this time, it's limited cooperation. Not too many people want to help us. That's why we're asked if anybody has any information pertaining to this event, please call us so we can investigate it properly.
If you have any information, Mill Creek Police are asking you to call them at 833-7777.
Police have made no arrests at this time, and the investigation continues. Caroline?
Jacqueline, are the owners of Waldemere saying anything at this point?
Not at this point. We did reach out to them today, and they are not wishing to comment at this time.
All right, Jacqueline Seymour reporting from the control room. Thank you. More gun violence happening overnight today and in the city. Erie police are investigating numerous calls for shots fired on Erie's east and west sides. Police responded this afternoon to a shots fired call on Myrtle Street near Crandall. Shell casings and other evidence recovered at that scene. No injuries were reported. Overnight, Erie police also investigated numerous calls for gunfire on East 11th Street and West 4th Streets. No injuries were reported from these incidents. A car was reported to have been damaged on West 4th Street by gunfire. More than 50 shell casings were recovered at the scene. It's unclear at this time if these incidents are connected to the incident at Rainbow Gardens. A motorcycle crash takes the life of an Erie man. Erie County Coroner's Office identifying the victim as 24-year-old Lucas Spurka of Erie. Spurka was transported to UPMC Hammett, where he was pronounced dead. The accident happened on South Park Road near Front Street. Paramedics on scene telling Jet 24 Action News Spurka possibly struck one of the concrete planters on the sidewalk at a high rate of speed. No other injuries were reported from the crash. A Cleveland resident is seriously injured in an accident on Interstate 90. The crash happening at about 11 o'clock Saturday night on I-90 near Depot Road interchange in Harbor Creek. The driver of an eastbound car lost control, causing the car to roll over several times going into the westbound lane. The driver suffered serious injuries and was transported to UPMC Hammett. A passenger in the car was not injured. Pennsylvania State Police are continuing their investigations. Students at Edinboro University reached out to help the community today. It's news from your community. Several groups, including the Brothers of Phi Kappa Psi fraternity, brought their rakes out and got to work. The campus organization spending 3 hours collecting 50 bags of leaves at one house alone. The 8 students helped rake leaves for a former Edinboro professor who they say appreciated the link between campus and community.
It really is important because, I mean, by herself, it would be a huge task for one person to do. So to have all of us come out and take part and help each other and help her, it really did make a difference in her life.
The group says this is all part of their 200 hours of community service they aim for each semester. They say they're glad to lend their time. This week's Made in America is all about believing in American-made products. One business owner even giving up millions of dollars to prove that products made right here are of the highest quality. David Belmondo reports.
Mark Andel is a success story. In 1989, Andel started a general welding and fabricating shop in Alma, New York. But in 2007, he lost a multi-million-dollar contract to China.
It was China building the part, shipping to Florida, Florida back up to Western New York. That hit me hard. It was a global competition that I never faced.
Instead of calling it quits, Andel decided he was going all-American.
So I want to open a Made in America store, stand for our country, soldier, American worker, and have only 100% Made in America products.
And that's what he did. In April of 2010, the first Made in America store was opened in Alma, New York, just outside of Buffalo.
My requirements would be, got to be 100%, got to be Made in America, top quality, and feed an American family.
Quality's number one. You buy an American-made product and you're going to get quality. I mean, channel lock pliers we carry in the store. American-made means quality.
Products range from t-shirts to shoes and boots and sandals to toys and tools. There's glassware and bath and beauty products, even a grocery area. Every single product is made in America.
But we police it too, because we keep letters of authenticity on it, and we police it. If you change, we've got to get you out of the store.
Many people were skeptical about the future success of the Made in America store, but Andel knew it was going to be a success the first day it opened. Since that first store opened in 2010, Mark has opened 3 others, 2 in Buffalo and 1 in Niagara Falls, New York.
Made in America, made right here.
Made in America, Made Right Here is presented by Channel Lock and the Manufacturer and Business Association. To nominate a local business you'd like to see featured, click on the news tab at yourerie.com.
Coming up, it's the #1 cause of death in the United States. Now researchers are developing easier ways to check for heart disease. This after Dan's forecast. Dan.
Hey, Caroline, more sunshine today, but we have more chances of rain tonight and tomorrow. Break that down coming up next.
From your news leader, you're watching David Belmondo, meteorologist Dan Zabosian, and Morgan Beard with sports. This is Jet 24 Action News, your news leader. From Jet 24, here's meteorologist Dan Zabosian, your weather authority.
Welcome back on this Sunday. We had more sunshine today, and now the clouds are increasing as we approach the sunset. This is looking out over downtown, brought to you by Bauer Specialty. On the Bianchi Honda Skycam network, and a nice 59 for your Sunday evening. A light wind finally have come down after the past couple of days, just at 5 miles per hour. Out of the west-southwest currently, and the storm tracker is showing the clouds increasing, and next will be the chances of rain that will move in for later on tonight and into your Monday morning. We did make it to 62 was the official high, normal of 59, so a good 10 degrees warmer today than what you had for Saturday. And across the area, a lot of upper 50s to middle 50s, 55 in Bradford, 59 in Meadville, 61 in Ashtabula, and Erie also into the 60s for your high temperatures. On Sunday and currently across Erie County, temperatures still a nice 60 in Greenfield, 59 Niagara Pier, 58 in Gudgeonville, same for Edinboro, 57 Union City, and 56 right now over in Corey. South into Crawford and Warren County, we have Chandler's Valley at 58, Saybrook 57, Canoga Lake 56, Sagertown at 60, and Meadville right now at a nice 57 for your Sunday evening. And wind speeds not on the breezy side, pretty light right now, 5 to 8 miles per hour, but they will become breezy again to start the week on Monday, along with some lake effect rain showers as temperatures will be cooler for your Monday. So tomorrow's marine forecast, water temperature now at 60, waves still up there 4 to 6 feet as we have more breezy winds tomorrow out of the northwest, 15 to 25 knots. So just some clouds incoming across the lakeshore right now. The scattered showers still off to the north, so a couple more hours and it'll get closer and closer, and we'll keep the rain chances in the forecast for tonight and into your day on Monday. So most of the rain about after 8 p.m. tonight, and then chances increase later on towards midnight as a good rain band expected to go through. And once that moves out, not too much early morning, but once those winds get cranking back out of the northwest, we'll get some lake effect showers in spots is possible throughout your Monday morning, and those winds continue out of the northwest into Tuesday. So again, the chance exists to see some light lake effect rain showers Monday and into Tuesday. So tonight's forecast across the lakeshore, temperatures of 45 to 48 are the overnight low temperatures, mostly cloudy skies and scattered rain showers are in the forecast for tonight. South of 90, Crawford County, overnight lows down into the upper 30s possible, 42 to 45 south of 90, but then we go off into the east. Temperatures will be a little bit cooler, and we'll go with low temperatures at 39 to 42, becoming mostly cloudy, scattered showers, and winds west to north 5 to 10 miles per hour. So your forecast for tomorrow on the cooler side, 48 to 52, chance of showers and winds becoming breezy again out of the northwest, 10 to 20, gust 25. Tomorrow night is a cooler night, 32 mountains, 43 lakeshore, scattered showers to even some flakes possible in the higher elevations off into the east with winds still out of the northwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. 7-day forecast, we keep temperatures right about 50 for Tuesday and Wednesday, expecting mainly dry conditions on Wednesday, then a little bit warmer into Thursday, but it does come with some rain showers, 58 on Thursday, 55 Friday, and then going into the weekend, temperatures still into the 50s. We do have a few chances of rain on Saturday and Sunday with partly to mostly cloudy skies. You always can keep up to date with the latest 7-day and Jet Pinpoint Doppler at yourerie.com.
Well, it looks like it's going back down to what us girls like to call sweater weather.
Yeah, most of the week in the 50s, and you forget the first half of the month's been so warm, you almost forget you need one.
Yeah, of course. We love that stuff. Well, hundreds of crafty people attend a show fit for creative minds. This is all coming up when we get back. It used to be that the best way to test your heart health was with an echocardiogram, a stress test, or an x-ray. But doctors say in women, those tests reveal false positives 35% of the time. But researchers are developing better ways of detecting heart disease, and they only require a drop of blood. Lou Baxter shows us how in these tests works.
When her female patients start showing signs of heart disease, one of the tests cardiologist Annabelle Volgman recommends is the Cora CAD. It's a simple blood test that measures a woman's risk of coronary heart disease.
Whether it's negative or a positive test, it helps me decide whether we need to pursue further testing.
The out-of-pocket cost for the Cora CAD test is around $1,200, but some insurance, including Medicare, will cover it. This next blood test isn't new, but the idea of using it to check for heart disease is. Diabetics are 5 times more likely to develop heart disease. The hemoglobin A1C test measures blood sugar levels, and researchers have found that if someone with diabetes can keep it below 7%, they lessen the chance that diabetes complications will damage their arteries. And the Mayo Clinic has just released a first-of-its-kind blood test that may be able to predict a heart attack 5 years before it happens. The test measures a class of lipids that researchers found are highly associated with chronic heart failure. Lou Baxter, Jet 24 Action News.
Mayo Clinic researchers say their test is especially useful for identifying at-risk patients and starting them on a treatment of lipid-lowering drugs. And the Erie Guild of Craftsmen is helping to keep art alive in their annual craft show. Hundreds of people attend the annual craft show at the Zemzem Shrine Club. The show featuring art of all kinds, including quilting, jewelry, dolls, paintings, and much more. The Erie Guild of Craftsmen has been in existence for 44 years with the mission to help keep art alive.
A lot of people have a lot of passion in their work, and when someone comes and talks to them and purchases something at their booth, their table, you see the joy on their face.
Part of the proceeds from the show will go to the Soldiers and Sailors Home. Morgan Beard joins us with sports. High school playoff schedule is set, kind of, Morgan?
Yes, ma'am. Some teams beginning the playoffs this week, others aren't, and the rest of the teams, well, their season's over. It's confusing. We'll explain, or I'll try to. And to the Bills, did they win their 5th straight game? Find out. NFL highlights and more coming right at you next. How y'all doing tonight? The Bills, one of the hottest teams as of late, riding into Sunday on a 4-game win streak, now taking their talents to South Beach this Sunday. Miami beating the Steelers last week, looking for another one this week. Now the Bills, they're up 10-6 in the third, and Tyrod Taylor hits Marquise Goodwin for the 67-yard score, 17-6 Bills. They're on their way to their 5th straight win until Jay Ajayi. He had 200 yards last week. He has a 4-yard touchdown right here, and the Dolphins would ride that man for the comeback victory. Ajayi, another 200-yard game. The Dolphins outscored the Bills 22-15 in the second half and win 28-25. The Bills' win streak snapped. How about the Browns facing the Bengals? Hugh Jackson, not really too much to be happy about this year, and they've had the quarterback carousel all year long, and Cody Kessler here hits Gary Barnidge for a nice little gain. But this play is important for another reason. Kessler gets knocked out of the game due to a concussion. He'll be evaluated, so in comes Kevin Hogan. He would actually lead the team in rushing yards, the backup quarterback. That's right. And check this out. Before half, Andy Dalton, A.J. Green throwing it up, and they come down with it because, of course, the Bengals go on to win 31-17. Browns still looking for that win. And we go to the scoreboard. The Steelers in action versus the New England Patriots as we speak. Third quarter just began. New England on top 14-10. Landry Jones with the touchdown pass, though. And Craig Smiley, well, he's there right now, and it's a special night in Steeltown.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are celebrating 15 years at Heinz Field during Sunday's game against the New England Patriots. And to do so, one of the NFL's most storied franchises welcome back some of the biggest names to ever play on this field. Prior to the game, they gathered for a team picture, and for guys like Jerome Bettis, Plaxico Burress, and Santonio Holmes, the memories and friendships last a lifetime.
It's tremendous, you know, to get these guys back in the room together, to be able to share memories, and to just relive our time, you know, being here and knowing that we sacrificed a lot, you know, to be here, and the Rooney's, you know, giving us an opportunity.
You know, we opened Heinz Stadium, you know, 15 years ago, and it'll always be a special day. And, you know, I had a chance to talk to Alan Faneca, you know, earlier, and, you know, like playing together was just a blur because we enjoyed being around each other that much, and, you know, we established relationships outside of football with the, you know, wife and the kids. Now the kids in high school, they're in college, and you're like, wow. And, you know, that's what it's all about.
The group of 20 returning alumni were also recognized during halftime of the game between the Steelers and Patriots. Of course, we'll have all the highlights and posts when this one goes final. For now, reporting from Heinz Field, I'm Craig Smiley for the Black and Gold Nation.
Come on, Craig. Hey, how about last night for Penn State? The first time beating a top 2 team while unranked since 1964. Nittany Nation's Alex Cawley has more from one of these schools' biggest wins.
A 24-21 upset win over the second-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes is one that Nittany Lion fans will not forget anytime soon. It will live on in whiteout lore for years to come.
It was a special night for the community, State College community. It was a special night for all the 107,000 fans that were in the stadium.
And special it was as the special team stepped up in a huge way. Marcus Allen coming up with a block kick, and Grant Haley taking it 60 yards to the house, shifting momentum and the lead in favor of the Nittany Lions.
You never know when your opportunity is going to come, and he got his opportunity right there. Him blocking it, I just saw the ball. His first thing was just scoop it, just run, don't get tackled.
There was no easing back into anything for linebackers Jason Kubinda and Brandon Bell. Each tallied a sack in their return to the gridiron after suffering an injury in the game against Pitt.
Getting those 2 guys back was huge. Their leadership, their poise, their playmaking ability was huge for them.
Lee Corso or somebody, obviously, they said something like they're going to have to get Paul Puzzlesny and Navarro Bowman to come back to have a chance to win this game.
But it was defensive end Garrett Sickles who missed the first half and caught up quick, ultimately finishing with 2.5 sacks and 9 tackles, as well as 3.5 tackles for loss.
When I first came into Penn State, Coach Fitzgerald always said, play with your hair on fire. And I just kind of remembered that and tried playing with my hair on fire.
Inside Beaver Stadium, Alex Cawley for Nittany Nation.
Thank you, Alex. And to baseball, the World Series is set. The Cubs beating the Dodgers to get their first pennant since 1945. So it'll be Cubs, Indians, the 2 teams with the 2 longest championship droughts in all the major leagues going at it. Game 1 this Tuesday at Progressive Field, and the PIAA playoff matchups have officially been set. We start with the first ever Class 5A playoffs in the state of PA. All 4 matchups are set for Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoffs. General McLean squares off with Conneaut area. Grove City faces Central Tech. Fort LaBeouf meets Franklin, and Meadville takes on Strong Vincent. And in 3A, Sharon matches up with Corey at Hickory. Mercier's Prep gets Slippery Rock. while Hickory and Titusville sit idle. And to Single A, Cambridge Springs faces Union City on Thursday night at 7 o'clock at Edinboro University. Farrell and Corey meet in 2 weeks as they join West Middlesex on a bye for the first round playoffs. And don't forget, both Prep and McDowell will have a bit to wait until they begin their PIAA sub-regional action. Class 2A doesn't get started until next week as well. And confused yet, because I am, and I think everyone is, these new playoff settings from 4 classes to 6 classes this year. Some teams are playing this week. Some teams are playing in 2 weeks. Some even, like Prep, have about 3 weeks off. So all kinds of confusion. And other teams are going to be playing a regular season matchup this Friday. So I don't even know how to make sense of it yet, but I tried.
Did y'all follow that?
Hopefully, that's the answer.
I know, there's always a lot of excitement in sports. Well, when we come back, Dan, we'll take one last look at our forecast. Dan, the weatherman, is here with one last look at our forecast.
Yes, we got some rain showers coming in later tonight. Within the next few hours, you can see it coming down from the north. So we got chances of rain tonight and throughout your day on Monday. A little bit cooler, 52 is the high. So be prepared to see some raindrops throughout Monday and possibly into Tuesday. Temperature staying in the 50s for the 7-day forecast.
All right, Morgan, anything else with sports?
Oh, it's feeling good outside, and the Steelers are feeling good. They just added a field goal. They're down by 1 point to the Patriots, and they're without Ben Roethlisberger. So all they could ask for and more right now.
Well, that sounds fantastic. This is all that we have time for, folks. You can get news updates on our website at yourerie.com anytime. Join us back here at 11 for another half hour of Jet 24 Action News at 11. Have a good evening.